It can be hard to admit that you need help with something. Many of us probably thought at one point or another that we do not need any help completing a difficult task. Then we found out that help would have made the task quicker, easier, and more efficient. Even though you may have begun to take ownership of your academic growth and understand the importance of time management, there is still more to being successful in college. Many resources, supports, and motivational factors need to come together in order to help you maintain your academic success. These resources and supports will help you determine the level of ownership you have taken both in and outside the classroom. As we work on this module, you will identify social support structures in your life, various SNHU resources and supports, and motivational behaviors that you can use to ensure long-term success in college. These services, resources, and motivational factors can be leveraged to help students of all ages, experiences, and backgrounds. The intent is for you to use these during times of need, confusion, and struggle. It is important that you identify the resources early in your academic career so that you may begin using them right away to support development and grow further as a learner. What works for you may not work for others. Figuring out what resources you need now can help you in the future. For example, waiting to explore the Shapiro Library works until you have a large paper due will likely not help you get what you need in time or integrate it into the assignment. Consider the importance of using support services, resources, and motivational strategies in relation to your understanding of academic ownership as you work through these assignments this week. Learning to use all of these together will help you better achieve success in college. Let's go ahead and continue on to Module 3. First up is 3.1 Warm-Up, Resources, Motivation, and Supports. This is a quiz, much like the warm-up we already did earlier in the class. 3.2, it's pretty straightforward, so that's why I'm going directly on to 3.2. 3.2 activity, time management, what works. This is a written assignment, so let's go ahead and go into the rubric. The quick overview. No one can manage a busy schedule all on their own. Using resources available through SNHU, social supports in your personal life, and strategies can make balancing your schedule more manageable. And then the prompt. Now that you've worked on creating simple schedule and identified interruptions, you will choose the SNHU resources, social supports, and motivational factors that will help you establish positive time management routines and behaviors. Using all these effectively and proactively is the key to taking ownership of your unique challenges and academic success. So part 1, identify the SNHU resources that will help you most effectively manage your time, identify social supports that will help you most effectively manage your time, and then the motivational factors doing the same thing, and then explain how you'll take ownership by managing your time with SNHU resources, social supports, and motivational factors that you identified above. But the more important thing, let's actually look at the template that you're supposed to fill out for this assignment. So let's go ahead and go into that. All right. Part 1, identify the resources that will help you most effectively manage your time. It's exactly how it said in the rubric. I'm expecting more than a sentence or two here. So you're going to identify the resource and kind of outline it. So again, complete all parts of this template by replacing the bracketed text with your responses and submit for grading and feedback. So you're going to identify it and summarize it. Identify social supports that will help you most in effectively managing your time. And then again, and the key point is it will help you in managing your time. The resources, the social supports, the motivational factors. And then, hi class, I wanted to add something in really quick about motivation. You could contrast extrinsic and intrinsic motivation here. Extrinsic motivation is when you're seeking a reward, and intrinsic motivation is a motivator that comes from within. So I would look up those terms and use it in this particular area. This part right here is more of a long form answer. So again, I'm expecting information here. Explain how you will take ownership of your future academic success by managing your time with NHU resources, social supports, and motivational factors. So make sure that you don't skimp on the details. Make sure you fully flesh out everything that you're saying, and you'll do fine in your assignment. So let's go ahead and get back to the rubric here. As you can see, these first, since you're kind of starting out, rubric goes a little bit easy on you. There's no exemplary section. Identify the resources that most effectively help you. But also in the needs improvement, it gives you information too. So make sure and read all three of these columns when you go through rubrics. Shows progress toward proficiency but with errors or omissions. So the omission would be kind of a full detailed explanation of resources. And for example, there's the Career Center, there's the Shapiro Library, there's the Writing Center. There's a lot of different things that you can utilize. Make sure that you go through all of Module 3, not just the things that are graded. There's videos and different things. We can actually go through that here in a minute on the resources. So these first few here, they're asking you to go into detail. And then this final one, you'll notice there is an exemplary section. Exceeds proficiency in exceptionally clear, insightful, sophisticated, or creative manner. That's the only way you can get 100%. As far as articulation of response, just make sure and look at the little squiggly underline things, and if you get one, right click on it and look at the suggestions. So just make sure you're proofreading, basically. So let's go back to these resources here. As you can see, it's outlining everything. It tells you the book chapter, the My SNHU resource page, the support page. You're going to get a lot of information for your assignment out of this page. Academic support, Brightspace module, written feedback, Shapiro Library, as I mentioned before, the Career Center, as I mentioned before, tips for balancing college and life, and breaking old habits and forming new ones. So make sure you check out all these resources, because these are essentially the answers to your written assignment. So let's go back to Module 3. And all you have for a grade is the quiz and the written assignment. Everything else is to help support those two assignments. So make sure that you go through everything on this module. There is no discussion for this particular week. So that's definitely will give you more time to get these two items completed. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. That's all I have for you today. Have a great rest of your week.